Hey, good day everyone. King here, back for another video. So I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Title of this video, I want to talk about more of the lies that are being spread about me, the things that were said at the meeting that took place on Saturday, March 25th, 2023. Being that this is April now, so just a few weeks ago, had an estate meeting. So me, my mother, and cousins went to the meeting, to include one of her sisters. My aunt was at the meeting. Other cousins were there. Individuals that sit on the board who are identified as defendants in the case. So they were there, and it was said, I actually covered this in one other video, and I'll put the title of the video or that video so you can go check it out. Also, the link in the description box below. But as to what I said at the board meeting, because I was accused of saying, well, I'll say accused of. They said that I said that it was okay for trailers to be moved on the property. But yet, again, they have zero proof. The board has failed to produce but rather all of the meeting minutes, a comprehensive set of meeting minutes for every meeting, for every board meeting, for every estate meeting, They have failed to produce comprehensive, all-inclusive minutes. It captures everything that was said or done, to include what I said and what I didn't say, or what others have said and what they didn't say. Any motions, any suggestions, any votes, right? All supposed to capture it in the minutes, and they didn't do it. But yet they said I said this. Yet they said I said that. So in this video, as I'm walking here to get some exercise, help you out on mine. Hopefully the audio was good because I have my mic on, but it's kind of windy right now. It might even rain, but anyway, so I'm going to play a snippet of a board meeting that was taking place on October 5th, 2021. Now, this is one of the meetings that their attorney has sent in a letter to my lawyer, to my attorney, that there was no board meeting on that date, right? But this meeting was held via Zoom, and I know this because I was dialed into that meeting, so I know for a fact there was a meeting, and I know for a fact because I was in Thailand on vacation. Simply, I was in Bangkok, Thailand, on vacation, right? The meeting took place. Now, it was early in the morning. It was probably like between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. Bangkok time. It was probably maybe 6 p.m. or 5 to 6 p.m. East Coast time here in the United States when the meeting took place. When I was dialed into that meeting, again, via Zoom, so I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they said their lawyer, their attorney, said to my attorney in a letter that there was no meeting on those dates. But I know for a fact there was, because I have records of it. I recorded it. So rather me play it because the quality, the audio quality, is not the greatest. For some reason, there was interference. There was audio interference. There was buzzing that was going on while I was recording the meeting. Right? It could have been for various reasons why there was audio buzzing, some kind of buzzing going on while I was recording. But nonetheless, so rather just play the audio, I'm going to play the video as I'm talking here. And you can see what I said because I have it in subtitles. I put it in subtitles, but it's a very short clip compared to my other video because I didn't speak a lot during the meeting. I just spoke when I had something important to say, or they asked me questions, or And really the topic of the purpose of the meeting was to discuss the advisory committee. And so for months, right, it was brought up back in June of 2021 to have advisory committee because they wanted to bring people in to help manage the property, which is fine because in the bylaws that I wrote, right, and it was approved, it was voted on, approved, that there will be a budget finance committee, a air property management committee, or real estate and property management committee, a air property, I don't even call it like a family reunion committee or some kind of committee to where people will come together and help put together events for the family, for the air property, and not so much all about business, right? All about, gatherings and socializing and just being together. That was the purpose of that committee. And then there was the, what other committee? There was one other committee I can't remember. The bylaws committee. So a committee that would focus on policy, right? Procedure, bylaws, any documents that need to be drafted, reviewed, drafted, amended, whatever you want to call it, voted on, which will be used to help manage the property, right? Will be our business rules, such as bylaws or any kind of management documents that was needed. They'll be under the bylaws committee. But there was no mention of the advisory committee. No mention of it in the bylaws. But they wanted to, I said they as the board wanted to create this advisory committee, which I had no problem with it because it makes sense. That's fine. I mean, and so between June of 2021 and October, as well as November 2021, we discussed the advisory committee being established, being created, and who will sit on it, who would chair, or not chair it, but who will be the members, who will be the committee members, and then from there, the committee members could vote or decide on who will be the chairperson. Again, but that didn't all happen. They claim it happened, but it didn't happen. And so during a meeting on October 5th of 2021 via Zoom, as you're watching it now, you see where I gave my thoughts on it. I talked about it. I spoke on it as to what needed to be done, how things are supposed to be. And I said this at the June 8th meeting, the June 8th, 2021 meeting. I said it at the maybe even the June 22nd, 2021 meeting. We didn't have a meeting in July. We had a meeting on August 31st, 2021. There's also a meeting we had we didn't have one in September. So skip September, in October 5th of 2021. And then there was a meeting right after I returned from Thailand. The first full week I was back from Thailand, there was a meeting. I believe it was on the 22nd of October of 2021. Yeah. So, and it was mentioned at that meeting, at the estate meeting in October, last part of October, that there's an advisory committee. But at no point in time did anybody vote for the creation of this meeting. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, just let things play out. Again, I was voted off the board, right, after my lawyer, my attorney, sent the board the cease and desist letter, right, in November 2021 because they were not doing things by the book. They were not following Robert's Rules of Order. They were not following the bylaws. Their first order of business was to put trailers on property versus having all these committees established. And they can claim all they want that, no, we were following, we were doing things right. We were following procedure. Actions speak louder than words because there's no proof of it. They don't even have a comprehensive set of minutes from the meetings showing what was discussed and what was not discussed. Right? They put in the minutes as to what they wanted to capture. There was no minutes, and you was in, and even part of the um, meetings, I asked, "Hey, is there an agenda? Do we have an agenda? What's the agenda? What are we going to talk about? No agenda." And if you know anything about business, you know anything about how to conduct a meeting, if you know about Robert's Rules of Order, right? Whose job is it? Whose job is it to make sure that there's an agenda, there's talking points, there's minutes, there is, uh, you know, administratively, who's responsible for that? The secretary. I mean, ultimately, the president, whoever's chairing the meeting, is ultimately responsible to make sure that all members are there, that everything is conducted in order, right? Follow the rules, follow the laws, or whatever case may be, so that the meeting can be productive. But ultimately, administratively, the secretary is responsible for that, for the agenda, for ensuring that everyone has the information, right, to capture the minutes, record everything. That's the job of the secretary. And I was the assistant secretary, and I was a manager, right? I was a co-manager, but I was a manager on a temporary board that was established based on agreements that were made in court. And I captured all what was talked about during the meetings. I had my video recorder, or I had my audio recorder, and I produced the agenda. I produced the minutes. I produced the documentation, letters that need to be signed by the board, right? Um, Anything that went out from the board to somebody was signed by the members of the board, not just my signature on it. Had a letterhead. It was addressed. Had a body. Had a subject and a body. And all that, whole 9 yards. I mean, I could easily let one of the elderly ladies take on, or whoever, but it probably was too much for them. So I took on that role. And then before it was signed, we discussed it. Before anything was mailed out and sent to invite people to meetings, or whoever case may be, it was discussed during meetings. It was recorded. Again, it wasn't just me just sitting around a table making stuff up and says, yeah, we're gonna do this and sounds good, and not getting their input. No. Everybody has input. Everybody has a right to voice their opinions, make suggestions based on the information. That's what I did, to keep it fair and decent, good order. That's only the right thing to do. But again, when I was a manager, members of my family who are now opposed to going to court, who sat on the board with me as an officer, sat across the table from me, right, when I'm conducting the meetings, and called me a liar, or said that I don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know what I'm doing, I need more out the way, accused me of committing fraud, accused me of all this stuff. Now the roles reversed, they got a problem with it. They don't understand. You're sitting here saying this and a third, that I said that it's okay to have trailers on the property, but no proof. Where's their minutes at? Don, how you doing? So, but yet they have no proof of it, no evidence whatsoever. But they said I said it. So, and actually have the clip of the meeting that took place on June 22nd, 2021. I was dialed in. It was also a Zoom meeting. I was dialed in, and things were said. And again, I brought to your attention. Nope, you have to follow the bylaws. You have to follow the laws. You have to follow the order. This is what this says. This is what it's supposed to mean. This is it. And you're like, oh, we're just going in circles. We're just spinning our wheels here. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And why can't we? I mean, one of the cousins made a point to say that right, she violated proper decorum. She violated proper meeting etiquette, and she basically said, um, made a reference, made a statement to say that I'm hiding behind my computer screen, that I'm afraid of family. I'm afraid, and I'm cowering. I'm hiding. But yet I'm on the meeting call. I gotta show my face. I'm doing things behind the scenes. I ain't gotta show my face. I don't want to show you what I'm doing. I'm sitting there. Hey, I'm reading. I'm educating myself. But yet I'm hiding behind my computer screen because I don't want to show my face. I don't need to. And I made it, and I addressed it. I addressed her. Said, I object to her statement. She's out of line. She is not displaying proper decorum. I said, I want it on record. But yet, that never made it to the minutes. However, her as secretary has not put those in the minutes again. But yet, they're saying I said this and I said that. But yet, she has failed to produce a comprehensive set of minutes of what I said and what I didn't say, or what others have said. If there was a motion to vote on something, not in the minutes. If there was actual vote, it's not in the minutes. Yet she claims to be so knowledgeable about procedure, right? She claims to be that she was an Eastern Star, that she was a worthy matron of the Eastern Star. My mother was an Eastern Star. She refers to my mother as sister. We're family. They're the main ones hurling insults for these false accusations and lies about me and my mother. We're supposed to be family, right? I'm afraid of family because I've been seen with a gun. As to say that I'm breaking the law, that I'm threatening them, I'm doing something illegal. First of all, I know the law. Spent 20 years in the military. What makes you think that I'm gonna come out the military and just violate the law because I can? I'm gonna risk and jeopardize my way of life just because I want to do what I want to do and not by the by. I gotta no. I spent 20 years in the military following rules and laws, following orders, doing my job, serving my country, put myself in harm's way. You mean to tell me I'm gonna come home and jeopardize that, or they mad because they don't understand, or hey, you got to, you don't have to. But yeah, these are the same people that didn't speak up, didn't stand up and speak up when it's time to defend their family. When the members of their family being sued in court, where were y'all at? Absent. Huh? Yet I'm afraid of family. I'm talking ish. Matter of fact, during a meeting on June 22nd, 2021, the vice president, who was also a defendant in the case, who actually said it this past meeting in March 25th, 2023, that that I said this and said that, but during the meeting on June 22nd, 2021, he said, "Oh, we need to get away from this petty stuff and 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 this, that, and the third." That. So I spoke and said, "Okay, well, if you were referring to me as to being petty, that me bringing it up again, talking about following the rules and following laws, and that trailers can't be on the property unless everybody knows about it, everybody's been notified, and everybody has the opportunity to, you know, bring forth their opinions and input, suggestions, ideas, and vote. And you can't put trailers on property."
Hey, so just to be clear, this is not about animosity or jealousy. This is about again following the bylaws. So if anybody or everybody feels that me bringing it up is me being bitter and being petty and whatever else, I'm here to address it. That's not the case. Hey, I'm just putting it out there, sir. I'm just putting it out there just to let everybody know. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Either way, I'm just letting everybody know. To me, it's not about one family or another family. It's about doing things right. So I got to put it out there because the Browns are my family too, right? They're my family too. So I embrace everybody, but it's not about one family versus another family or who's doing what. It was about doing things proper, and everybody was not notified of what was going on. Okay, that's where I'm coming from with this. So
I said, so if you were saying that I'm bringing up to be petty, to be bitter, to be, that's not the case. Oh, no, no, no. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. We're not saying it's you. Okay, then. Okay, then. I addressed it during the meeting. And I promise you that what I said was not entered on record. It's not in the minutes. But I don't know what I'm doing, though. I don't know what I'm talking about. See, since 2017, since I got involved, I've been showing up. I've been stepping up. I went to the meetings when others didn't go to the meetings. Where they came to meetings, spewing their nonsense, spewing their ignorance, saying this and a third, right? But not telling the truth, not painting the whole picture, not showing everything, not providing the right information. Matter of fact, one of the cousins, who is now somewhat seems to be opposed to this whole, you know, going to court, that we need to come together and we need to do this and we're gonna, but yet he wrote letters to the board in 2006, from 2006 to 2009, calling for things to be done properly, calling for elections, calling for the turnover of documents, meeting minutes, meeting agendas, bank records, doing things properly. See, when it comes to his interest in the property, oh yeah, he'd come rushing home to see about, well, hey, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I'm the so and so is my grandma or my mother, or I have righteous land, but yet when it came time to take action, wasn't there. When it came time to trouble go to court, he wasn't there. When it came down to, wasn't there. When we needed money to help pay taxes, wasn't there. Needed money for legal fees, wasn't there. But all of a sudden got something to say. See, I've been showing up. I've been going into the woods, walking around the woods. Yeah. When the road collapsed in 2018, granted I didn't know about it until 2019. I went into the woods to look at the damage. I'm the one that went to Marion County to talk to the Marion County Council about what they're doing on our property. I'm the one that did it. I'm the one that typed up the letter, or I should say the memo, for record of what was discussed at the meeting with Marion County Council. Granted, it was off the record, but I'm the one that typed it up. Date, time, who was present, what was said. I typed it up. I did it. Huh? I recorded all the minutes, all the meetings, to produce the meeting minutes of who was there, who wasn't there, what was said. I kept records. So when we go to court, let's see about it. If I'm a liar, let's see about it. If I committed fraud, let's see about it. Hmm? I mean, these are the same people that voted me off the board, saying I said this and say that, but they didn't show evidence. They have no zero evidence, or the Lord doesn't want to turn over the evidence. Right now, they are objecting to any further interrogatories and discovery. So requests for documents, they're objecting to it. They have every right to. How's it going? They have every right to, but at the same time, we have a right to evidence, right? They're denying that what I put into complaint is false, right? But yet, so the case then, produce your evidence. If you said that I said something, I did something, produce your evidence. Why are you holding on? Why are you holding back? If they're claiming that they follow the rules, follow laws, they're following proper protocol, produce the evidence. Why are you holding back? Why are you, like the cousin that said, oh, he looked at me and my mother while he was talking, and he said, We need to sit down. Some people need to sit down and stop causing problems. Oh, really? It's coming from a cousin who was a co-defendant in the case, huh? But yet didn't have a lawyer. Early part of the lawsuit from 2011 2012, he benefited from my uncle. Well, it was my aunt, my mother's sister and brother, for hiring a lawyer because he didn't have a lawyer. Him, the other two cousins, or family, whoever they are, didn't have a lawyer, so they benefited from my mother's brother and sister having a lawyer that we helped pay for. I should take it back. No, that was before they got a new lawyer. I'm sorry. So they benefited from that lawyer, that law firm, because the law firm says, "Yep, we'll represent them too." Up until he went to meet with the lawyer, and you call this hearsay. That's fine. Call it hearsay. That he made the comment, the hostile comment, that he's going to pistol whip somebody. Pistol whip somebody. So the lawyer said, I can't, sorry, I can't represent y'all. And he resigned. It's all documented that he resigned. He followed paperwork to relieve himself of counsel. And so after that, and this is 2012. So in 2012, a new lawyer is hired, and me and my mother gave money. Yet the whole time he didn't have a lawyer. So when he went to court in October of 2015, showed up to court with no lawyer. Didn't have a lawyer. Got on the stand under oath and allowed the defense's lawyer to question him without an attorney, without fully understanding what was going on. And then when he got on the stand, all he cared about was who killed a dog, asking questions about who killed a dog. And the judge is like, sit down. What are you doing? Okay. But you don't tell me and my mother, he looked at me and my mother, or looked in our direction, that we need to sit down, start causing problems, and have a conversation. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should. But he didn't do that. He didn't do it. When it's his time, from 2011 to 2015, what did he accomplish? Did he sit down with them and talk? No. Matter of fact, in 2016, after the taxes was paid, that I helped pay the taxes with, me and my mother, between June and September, maybe in October, November 2016, they had meetings. What did they accomplish? What was accomplished? He was part of those meetings. He accomplished nothing. He accomplished nothing. He was part of the problem because he was a co-defendant in the case. What did he do? What was his role? If he was if he was doing so much, he knows so much, what did he do? Nothing. Even to this day, he still haven't done nothing. That's fine. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna keep standing up. I'm gonna keep speaking up. I'm not being quiet. I'm not gonna sit down and shut up because when my grandmother was alive, he didn't talk that trash. She said what she said. She went to the meetings and said what she said, and it's sad that she didn't get a chance to testify in court. She should have, but her son didn't want her to testify. He can deny all he want. He can deny all he want. I know what's right because my mother was there. I was there. He didn't want her to testify. His own mother to testify. But then when the other elderly lady, who was a co-defendant in the case, testified, oh, why she get to testify? Oh, why she up there and testify? Shoot, my mother didn't testify. Well, whose fault is that? She had an opportunity, and y'all didn't want her to testify because they were concerned that the defendant's lawyer, which is the same lawyer that sued them in 2011, 2015, was going to confuse their mother, trip her up to say something that they wanted her to say. But my mother was like, no, if you ask her a direct question, she's going to answer. Granted, my mother was just about 90 years old. This is 2018, so she was 90 years old. Hey, my grandma was born in 1920s. I think 1928 or 29. So was my grandfather, her husband, who died in 2011, or sorry, 2001. Again, they said I said this. They called me a liar, spreading false information and lies about me with no proof. Or they have proof. They have some things I said in emails and text messages. But okay, I got it too. So, and we're going to go to court on it, right? As it was said, that the American legal system is not a justice system. It's an adversarial system, meaning that made a better side win, where it makes a better argument based on what? The law, matter of fact of law, rule of law, rule of order. Now you enter a new argument that's never been heard before. Okay, but I guarantee you, there's legal precedents. Huh? There's legal precedents, such as every time there's the property being sold, guess what you gotta do? Have to make sure there's a clear title to the property. Clear title, right? And the land was sold at a tax sale. Guess what you have to do? Clear the title. And the title has been cleared. And the people that lost their land at a tax sale doesn't come forward to testify, or doesn't come forward to claim it, or doesn't come forward to, fight it in court. Hey, once a judge issues that order, and it's been stamped and registered, got a date, timestamp, entered in the record. What are you gonna do then? Well, I think I've been talking long enough. I appreciate you for tuning in, staying with me. But I will see you in another video. Take care. Peace.